Hey everybody, February7 here and welcome back to the channel with your yearly indie JRPG game. This time we're doing a review for Mango Mischief. It's a retro style satirical JRPG. Does it live up to the standards? Well, yes, it lives up to the standards. It's a unique game, tries to be unique, manages to be unique, and excels at being unique. But we'll talk about more of the game. We start this game with a female character, and I was like, cool, the main character is a female. You don't see that a lot. Only Horizon Zero Dawn, Last of Us, Metroid, you see that. But soon you found out that this girl Marion is feeling neglected by her mother. Her mother works with the king, and the king is, well, a busy man. He needs a lot of people, and he keeps the people that work with him busy. And Marion's mother neglects her daughter a lot, and she gets, well, not very happy, and she leaves this type of school she's in, and she goes to the kingdom to talk with her mother. This kingdom over here. After a little adventuring, grinding, and all those types of things, we go through forests, we defeat some enemies, I level up, all those things that you do on a JRPG. And she finally arrives to the kingdom. And this is one of the things that caught me by surprise. I was expecting, let's go inside the kingdom, let's see what's going on, and this happens. It changes to another character named Arak. And I was very happy with the surprise. I don't usually see this a lot, you do find people along the way, but there's always like a reason. You happen to cross with someone and you have an argument, or you agree with something and you join you. No, in this case, it's like destiny. And they're all gonna end up in the kingdom. Arak was in the mountain looking for medicine, and he came across a friend that tells him to go to his village really fast because in Everforth village, the girl that I assume it's his sister. I probably didn't read that well, but I assume it was his sister. She's ill. She's very ill, and the medicine that they have is not the best medicine to heal. It's not powerful enough. So Iraq decides to go to the kingdom to speak with the king because they need a lot stronger medicine, a lot. And that's the reason for him to go. So you have Marion that goes because she wants to see his mother. Iraq goes to get another solution. Maybe he wants to see if they can get some healers. You'll find out later in the game. And you just move along after some grinding, always grinding in these games. And this is a good thing. This is interesting. You see a hole right down below where the volcano zone is. It doesn't allow you to go there, because if you go there, you'll cross with Maro, which is the third character. And this is where I get my first complaint of the game. She's a magic teacher. Okay, she's a magic teacher, but she doesn't have any magic attacks when you start the game. I found that to be weird. I'm not gonna lie, I found that to be weird. But her story is basically her friend is in danger. She's teaching. Someone comes and says, "Oh, your friend went to the volcano, do a quest, blah blah blah," and she's missing. And Maro, of course, decides to go there. Also, there's a very interesting part. When you're playing with Arak, you come across a guy that says that he lost his shield on a volcano area, which is exactly where you're going. And when you're playing with Maro, you find that shield and you can use it. It's really good. But when, as you can see, the story is going a very simple start, which again I understand. But Maro goes to the volcano and she finds her friend, and her friend just says, "Yeah, I'm doing good. Everything is okay. If you want to find the shield, you can find the shield." By this time, I already found it because rule number one of JRPGs is you found stuff. Then she goes back to the school and, well, she gets fired. She gets fired because she left the class and she goes to the castle. And again, it's destiny. She comes across the two first characters that we play with, Marion and Arak. And you do understand that Maro is actually famous because Arak knows her. In the castle, Arak and Marion couldn't go in, but Maro had like let's say priority. And being that naive trope character from games, she decides to invite her two new friends to join her so they can also speak with the royal family. And again, it's a trope, but it's a one that always works, and it's very fun to see a nice character. Life's already with dicks, so a game can have nice characters. And they take the ride along. But when they go inside, this is when the story starts to pick up. They do understand that the king is missing, and since they all need to talk with the king, they team up with Sprig, which has the purple cape. They team up, and that's when mischief ensues. This is an RPG world, so you know how it is. You have big cities, you have a world map, you have a forest that you can travel. The controls are quite nice. You can use your normal controller, like I have mine here, or you can use your keyboard, or you can simply use your mouse. I use my mouse to travel. Also, you saw that boulder that I was pointing. If you get an item, you break it, and you can make it the road way shorter. You also have these little villages where you can talk with NPCs, and it makes the world quite lively. The combat in this game is quite simple. 3 bars, HP, MP, and TP. TP allows you to use the ultimate attacks, which I'm going to use now. You also have the MP, which is the magic points, and you can use magic attacks, like for example Marrow can use magic points at this point in the game. You also have the guard, which heals HP, MP, and TP, and you can also use normal attacks. You can use normal attacks, which is the essential of this type of game. I'm going to use Marion's ultimate attack to see how powerful it can be, which is really good. And it's a simple combat premise, but I'm going to say with its class system, it's highly addictive. Highly addictive. The menus in this game are quite simple, as you can see. You have the item, the weapons, armor section. You have the skills. You can see what type of skills you have in a TP mode. The TP mode is to power up your, let's say, limit breaks to use the most powerful attack that your player has. You can equip, armor, weapons, the normal RPG elements. Here, this is what I like a lot, the classes. You'll see that all characters have different types of classes and you can choose. And it's quite fun. You'll reach level 10, unlocks 2 classes, and it creates a tree effect. And I really am excited to explore this as I continue to play this game. You can also see the status to see what the level is, the HP, everything else. You can have information, you can see the quest lines, the ones that you completed and not completed, and there's tips here as well if you read this very well. Then you have the overworld, as you can see, quite simple, not that big, but we'll explore. Playing is going to be even more, and this is what I like. The music menu, you're gonna unlock different types of music, and it's really good. Finally, you have the options where you can adjust the game as you like, and finally you have the save button. Quite simple. This game and its humor and its fourfold breaking moments are like really special. You have this first conversation you have, like, plus background music is really slow and sad right now. It's a commentary of how the music in all the games gives a mood to every scene. Then we have this one as well, another trope making fun. Like, you can talk? Yeah, of course I can talk. Oh, I just assumed some sort of silent protagonist or something. Because RPGs usually do that. The main character, like the nostalgic ones, usually do that. But the voice acting, now they talk more. And this one, like, I know the camera's kind of whack, but you always give a name to your main character. You decide. So I wouldn't put Fubu because it's a girl, right? But I would give maybe my girlfriend's name here because it's a girl. But no, she's fine. She's fine. It's her name. It's Marion, and it's done. It's I really thought that was very, very smart and unique. Okay, you can see Marion up there, but it's writing Marion. But it's really smart and unique. It's kind of, I've never seen that before. That's not gonna lie. I've never seen that before. But we do have others. Like right now, go. Danny's my mentor, although today is my day. My dialogue will be exactly the same, so maybe I'll never actually resume my work. Which you can play a game for 1 year in a row, and it's always the same thing. This one, it's never lupus. That's a Doctor Who reference. No, sorry, a Doctor House reference. I'm not the droid you're looking for. Star Wars. Of course, it's Star Wars. And then this is such a huge mistake, Calimero. Nope, I think they're right. Yeah, basically, it's saying that. Just let me pause this one because I need to. I need to let me go back on this one. Sorry, I have to go back on this one. No, you're. I mean, you're not overly sexualized despite being a female protagonist. Because it's true. It's true. Like, if you go every game that has a female protagonist, you won't see one that's not over sexualized. And I'm thinking about, for example, Rico in Final Fantasy X. Like, she's like 16, and you're putting her with short shorts and whatever. You got Lulu, you give her a big cleavage. Yuna was kind of okay, but then on Final Fantasy X2, they put it with short. It's really fun the way that he's criticizing this. It is quite fun. And then I think this is my favorite joke. You'll probably hear me in the back. So basically, Arak, that's interesting name. Yeah, it's pronounced like the beginning of the word arachnid. Yeah, and keep going. I guess my parents thought it would be easy to pronounce, but based on watching streams of beta testers, it's apparently not. The guy added this. This is a scene for after Mango did, and this is my favorite, I guess. Bow wow wow yippee. Like when you're no, I know. I'm finishing this review really bad because I'm losing composure because this is just too much fun. So basically, all the animals that you go around, they all talk, and then we come to this dog. It's bow wow wow, like at his barking. Then he goes yippee oh yippee yay, which is basically a song from the 2000s. Yes, that's how old I am on how nostalgic I get. But yeah, it's a song. It's bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yay, and it's just way, way too good. Way too good. If you want a fun, adventurous game, this is the game to go. Mango Mischief is an hilarious game. It has a very simple combat mechanic, but it is satisfying, especially with the class system. I think the class system makes it unique. It makes you want to grind because let's say you don't have to go to level of 100 to go to the next class. You can go level 10 and then change classes and you learn different attacks, and then you can combine depending on the enemy, depending on the area. I feel that you'll be able to combine the different classes. What I have to say about this, bad. I don't like to say bad stuff, but hey, it's the job of a reviewer. It's not like this is the EA and EA's paying me to give a 10 out of 10. But I'm giving it close. I'm gonna give an 8 out of 10. And the two things I have to go with is the environment. I don't feel the environment is very complete. For example, you go to a forest, you have trees on one side, trees on the other, and right in between there's nothing. You can go right through it. Maybe if it had like more trees in the middle, like you have to zigzag between, would be good. I think the story has a lot of promise, but it does start a bit slow. And again, I do understand why it starts a bit slow. You have to understand the game. You have to know each individual characters. Like I mentioned on the story part, it kind of reminds me of Wild Arms. But I still think the start is a bit slow. But the story is very promising. Um, I know it seems like I'm nitpicking, and I'll be honest, I'm nitpicking because I like this game a lot. I was like, I don't want to say anything bad about this game. I really don't want to say anything about this game, but for a person that doesn't understand the hard work behind an indie developed game, these are the things that they will complain. And I give you my promise from what I've played, because I've been way longer where I finished my review. I continued, and the game gets a lot better. The game does get a lot better, with a lot of puns, with a lot of jokes. It's it's a unique experience. I'm telling you, it's a unique experience. I think you won't regret it, especially if you understand what you're going to. Because if you know what you're going to, understanding it's an indie developer, uh, and what a JRPG is, you're gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Okay, I'm pretty sure that you'll give a 10 out of 10 um, if you understand everything, like I do. But I'm speaking for those that definitely won't understand. So 8 out of 10 for me. Be sure to wishlist it. This game comes out on the 20th of June, so almost. Be sure to wishlist it on stream, not stream, Steam. Link down below. Go check his Twitter page, link down below. And just have fun with this game. Trust me, if you turn your game off, you're not expecting a AAA game, I'm definitely sure you're gonna laugh, especially if you're like a bit to the old side like me on your 30s and you grew up playing JRPGs and you know a lot of reference from the 90s and 2000s, movies, TV series. You're gonna have a blast, you're gonna laugh your ass off like I did with that Iraq joke and the beta testers. That's probably one of my favorite, like the also the dog was one of my favorites, and I can't wait to continue exploring the game. Guys, I'll see you on the next one. Please leave a like, a follow, hit the bell icon, all those good things that make us grow. I'll see you on the next one.